Question 46. Question 46 asks that choose correct sentences for compound epithelium. We have to choose a correct statement for the compound epithelium. Now, if we go with the statement 1 is given that compound epithelium is made up of multi-layered of cells. Correct, it is made up of multi-layered of cells. Now we go with the statement 2. It is given as a limited role in secretion and absorption. Yes, compound epithelium has a limited role in secretion and absorption. We have discussed it before few questions. Third statement is to provide protection against chemical and mechanical stresses. Yes, it provides a protection against the physical and chemical bases. And the fourth statement that it is present in PCT. In PCT, compound epithelium is not found, but in PCT there is a presence of cuboidal epithelium. So this is an incorrect statement. So according to this, 1, 2nd and 3rd are statements. So C option is the correct. That is the 1st, 2nd and 3rd are correct. Next is question 47. Question 47 asks that match the following, and we have to match a column 1 with the column 2. Now in column 1, A is given as areolar tissue, B is given as adipose tissue, C is given as ligament, D is given as bone. Now if it matches with the column 2, in column 2 areolar tissue, that is matches with the 3rd option, that is loose connective tissue. Then adipose tissue, that matches with the 1 fat cells because they store fat. Ligament matches with the dense regular connective tissue, that is the 4th option, dense regular connective tissue. And bone, that is matches with the 2 osteocytes. So according to this, option A become the correct answer for this. Next is question 48. Question 48 asks that what external changes are visible after the last molt of cockroach? Last molt of cockroach occurs, then what are the external changes which are visible after this last molt? So if we go, when we discuss a cockroach undergoes some of the developmental stages, and in that nymph molts about 6 to 7 times to reach the adult form. The next to last nymphal phase has next to last nymphal phase has wing pads, but only adult cockroach have wings. So the ultimate changes which you observe at last, that are the what changes of forewing and hind wing. So option A is the correct answer. Question 49. Now question 49 asks that the structural and functional unit of striated muscle is. Now structural and functional unit of striated muscle fiber, that is sarcomere. That is option B, which is the correct answer. Now, sarcomere is a distance between two Z line, and that is known as sarcomere. Question 50. Question 50 asks that which of the following is not a function of epithelium? Epithelium and not a function. Now options are given as A, protection, so obvious it provides a protection. Option B is connection. Connection is carried out by connective tissue, not by the epithelial tissue, so it is not there. Option C is given as secretion and excretion, obvious that is carried out by them. And D, absorption, they also play in the absorption because it's the epithelial tissue. So B, a connective connection is not played by the epithelium. Now next is question 51. Question 51 asks that a junction between axon of one neuron. Junction between axon of one neuron and the dendrite of next neuron is called as, so it is a fact based question and you know this, it is known as synapse. So B is the correct answer. Next is question 52. Question 52 asks that in earthworm, means we have to select a correct from the given options. Now A option is given as there is no larva stage found, so it is correct. In earthworm there is a direct development, so there is no larva found. Option B, direct development, no direct development is shown, so it is incorrect. Option C is given this, testa not present, testa present, so it is incorrect. Option D is given as ovaries are not present, ovaries are present in case of female, obvious, so it is also incorrect. So the correct statement is A, that is there is no larval development because they have a direct development. Now next is question 53. Question 53 asks that Krauss membrane or Z line or Krauss membrane is a myofibril which separates two adjacent. It separates two adjacent sarcomere which are defined by the Z line. So option A becomes the correct answer. Next is question 54. It asks that which of the following feature is not present in Perilanata americana. So if we go with this, the option A is given as we have to not present. Exoskeleton composed of N-acetyl glucosamine. Now N-acetyl glucosamine forms chitin, and Periplaneta americana have a chitinous exoskeleton, so it is a correct statement. Statement B is given as metamerically segmented body, obvious they show metamerism. Option C is given that schizosylum is a body cavity, yes they have a schizosylum. And option D is given that intermediate and radial cleavage is observed during embryonic developmental stages. So it is incorrect because in insect there is a presence of superficial cleavage. there is no internal cleavage. So intermediate related cleavage cannot be observed. They have observers on the super cleavage. So D is not present in case of Periplaneta americana. Next is question 55. Question 55 asks that non-excitable cells found among neurons are called. So, non-excitable cells in neuron are the supporting component of nervous tissue. Neurons are supporting component of the nervous tissue, and this include neuroglial cells and Schwann cells. Now Schwann cells is given as option C, so that is a correct answer. While option A is given as dendrite, option B is given axole, and option D is given as Nissen's body, which are excitable because they are particularly a part of synapse as well, and they have play a role in conduction of the stimulus. Next is question 56. Question 56 asks that in the diagram of multipolar myelinated neuron given below, different parts have been indicated by alphanet. Choose the answers in which this alphabet have been correctly matched with the parts given below. So here the diagram of multipolar myelinated neuron is given, and this somewhat looks like this, and they have this called dendrites. They have a nucleus and some of the Nissen's bodies. Now then you will find here a myelin sheath. So this is the structure. Now this is labeled as option A, and as we can study, this is represent a cell body. This is option B, and this option B looks like a missile bodies. This represent option C, that is dendrites. Then this is option D, so D become nucleus. Then this is represented as E. E is naked portion of axon. Then this is given as F, that is myelin sheath, and this is given as G, that is node of Renewal. So according to this, the option B become the correct answer for question 56. Next is question 57. Question 57 asks that it is included in forebrain of frog. Which of the following are included in forebrain of frog? That we have to select. Now option are given as medulla oblongata, cerebellum, olfactory lobe, and all of the above. Now we remember that forebrain is made up of olfactory lobe. It has cerebral hemisphere and diencephalon. Now midbrain consists of consists of optic lobes, and hindbrain consists of medulla oblongata, and cerebellum. So according to this, in forebrain, olfactory lobe are included, and it is given is option C, that is olfactory lobe. So that becomes the correct option, which is included in case of forebrain. Next is question 58. Question 58 asks that assertion given as cartilage and bone are rigid connective tissue. Actually, bone can be a rigid connective tissue, but cartilage is semi-rigid. Here it is given as cartilage and bone are rigid connective tissue. So it is not there because bone is rigid, but cartilages are semi-rigid. So this is incorrect, and region is given as blood is a connective tissue. Yes, blood is a connective tissue, so it is correct. So A is incorrect, R is correct. So according to that, option D is the correct answer for this. Next is question 59. Question 59 asks that which is a false for the heart of cockroach. False for heart of cockroach. If we go with the off statements, statement A is given as lying along mid-dorsal line of thorax and abdomen. So it is a correct that it is lying in a mid-dorsal line of thorax and abdomen. Option B is given as anterior first part is open and posterior last part is closed. Yes, it is also correct. Option C, funnel shaped chambers with ostia is present. Yes. Option D is given as anterior aorta is divided and reached to every cell of body. Actually, anterior aorta enter sinus of head, not every cell of body. So this is the incorrect statement. So we have to select a false statement. So D is the correct answer for question 59. Next is question 60. Question 60 asks that mast cells secrete. Now if we go with respect to the mast cells are nothing but granulated wandering cells that are found in connective tissue, and they are found in connective tissue. Now these granules contain histamine and which act as vasodilator. Now histamine is given in option D, so that becomes the correct answer.